Stop dealing with women that ain't into you like that. Like, share, it's official. Like a referee with a whistle. So yeah, one of the things that a lot of guys do, and even I'm guilty of this. I think every guy is guilty of this. We spend most of our time around people that really ain't feeling us like that. You know what I'm saying? They might have all kind of conditions and all kinds of rules and they don't want to really, they're not really supportive of you doing anything. Maybe working your job, that's the most that you could, most thing you probably could ever do that she could get behind, depending on what your job is. And this person, this person really don't care about you. Everybody, every guy knows. People really, men and women, we know who really down with us and who ain't. You might be in denial about it, but you can feel it. You can pick up on it. There's a certain type of energy that people give off when they like and respect you and just care about you as a human being. It's a rare thing, really. Most people that we're around, they don't care about us. They don't care about you either. But we're around most people you're around on a weekly basis. I would say they don't really care about you. You work with these people at your job. You hang out with them. You probably go to the club or some shit like that. Y'all just hang out buddies. As soon as something happened to you, you need a favor, can't do it. Or there's some complaining that's going on. Or excuses. That's quite common amongst the common man and common woman. That's just it is what it is. But that's why I always say I fuck with those that fuck with me. I like who like me. That's pimp shit. Even the pimps know that. The pimps understood that back in the day. So we ain't. Even the pimps weren't trying to chase no woman. They wasn't doing it. You know what I'm saying? But how come most guys do chase women that they want, but the girl ain't really feeling them like that? So let me tell you what happens. If a girl ain't really feeling you like that, you're gonna have to pay. Basically, you're gonna have to pay to be with her, because she's gonna have all type of standards. She's gonna look you from head to toe. I ain't really feeling him like that. What kind of job he got? How much money he got? He make, if any. He might not have no money in the bank account. How much he get paid? It's gonna be all type of it's gonna be. Then it's going to be, the relationship is going to be centered on money. If she ain't feeling you like that at the end of the day, and it's going to be a whole lot of conditions that comes along with it. And if those conditions go away, the relationship goes away. That's why I always say money only go but so far. You know what I'm saying? And see, the thing is, If the relationship is solely about money, it ain't enough money you're ever going to make to keep her around. Let that sink in. If the relationship is centered around money, you're not going to be able to make enough money to keep her around. Now you might say, why do you say that? If the motherfucker that's making millions of dollars can't keep a bitch around, you know you working a 9 to 5 working class dude ain't gonna be able to keep that bitch around. Let's just use a little bit of logic here. Because the more you make, the more she gonna raise the bar. The more money you make, the more the price is gonna go up. Gotta have more money to do this. Gotta have more money to do that. You know? So, and this broad, in most cases, what I've seen, a lot of these women that be on the money tip, the majority of these women don't even look decent. In most cases, they'd be 5 and 6s, overweight in most cases. You know, so not only is the relationship based on money, look at what the guy has to come home to every day from work. I mean, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. That's what I'm trying to say. This is just in my opinion based on what I've seen when it comes to these type of relationships. And these type of relationships, you can kind of, at least I can kind of tell who's who most of the time. The way they interact with each other is going to be like roommates, damn near. It's like, if you do this, I do that. It's very transactional. There's it ain't a lot of hugging, no affection, almost none. It's just, even when they have sex, it's like pump and dump. That's usually the extent of these type of relationships, because she ain't into him, and he knows it, but he just want to get his off and pop off and go to sleep. You know, so they have an understanding amongst each other. I mean, he pump and dump, and whenever she wants to really be around a guy that she really likes, that's really into, she'll go over to his house, you know, or he'll come over her house when the boyfriend is at work or some shit like that, or out of town, or when nobody's home, you know, because like women are strategic cheaters, you know, but in these type of relationships, this not really a cheating thing they have. It's more of a understanding they have, because the guy, he knows that she fucks around every once in a while. It's more of an understanding, you know, and this is something that they don't necessarily have to talk about between each other. They just have an understanding that, look, we can live together as long as you have your share of the rent, the mortgage, you can stay here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't hate you, but I really ain't into you like that. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, we can, you know, do a little something. But, you know, I'm going to be doing my thing every once in a while, too. So they basically set the boundaries right there. But they might have that conversation one time, maybe once or twice. And they'll never have that conversation ever again. Unless the guy, unless the money changes. He loses his job, he gets laid off, something happens to him, maybe he gets sick, That's when they'll have that conversation again. But as long as that money keep coming, no problem. They'll the everything will keep going as is, you know. But when the money goes away, that relationship goes away. It's over, you know. So see, that's kind of a dangerous um relationship to be in my opinion. And why would any man even want to be in a relationship like that, where you know this woman is around you because of the money you got or the money you provide? What that I wouldn't want to be involved in no shit like that. I mean, it's like every woman that's around you, they're around because of the money, of what you can do for them. Damn, what a relationship that is. I can't even wrap my mind around that shit. That's why being a trick to me is, I never even thought about doing no shit like that. You know, I never even thought. I mean, why be a trick? Why be in a relationship with, or have a relationship with any woman based on money, if I know I can talk to a girl and eventually persuade her to come out and hang with me, and eventually she'll like me. If I know I can do that, why would I want to be a trick? Listen, I don't understand that shit. You know, I was taught to spit. My dad taught me to have a mouthpiece and spit at these women, spit at these hoes. You know what I'm talking about? But those are the guys that raised me. They taught me how to spit. You know what I'm saying? But in any environment too. This ain't just my personal time. This is at work. This is at the church. This is at an event, conference, on the plane, the bar, restaurant, club. It don't even matter. I was taught how to spit game. You know what I'm talking about? It's a good conversation rules a nation. You know what I'm saying? And a good presentation rules the world, baby. You know what I'm talking about? That's how I was taught, man. You know? So that's why I would never deal with a woman like that. Now, sometimes when some people have been together for so long, especially as they get older, some people go lame. Some people just go lame, man. We know people like this. They just go lame. They get fat, sloppy, old, bitter. You know, they turn like an old man, an old woman. They be whining and complaining about anything. And you get to a point where you don't even want to be around them no more. I mean, they're so mad and bitter. They act like you owe them something. Like, or everybody done them wrong. And it's that type of mentality, the entitlement mentality. He done me wrong. He made me do it. And it's like, nobody put no gun to your head. What are you talking about? And they start acting like they better than you. But they haven't accomplished anything. I'm like, what have you done in the past 10, 20 years? Or all your life? They haven't really done anything. They just, what it is their parents lied to them and told them that, hey, you just got to look good and the guy will show up and take care of you. Look, that don't work for every woman. And some women just don't look good enough to get scooped up like that. You have to have, you have to really be attractive for a guy to scoop you up and say, "Hey, I want you to be my wife and have my kids." Every woman ain't got it like that. Every woman ain't no dime. So even that logic, that don't work. That ain't gonna work for a woman. Every woman ain't created equally, and every woman ain't no dime. Most women are just average out here. Most women are just average. Most dudes are just average. And most women that you see guys with, in most cases, the woman would think, this is what she thinks. She would say she looks better than the guy she's with. In her mind, this is how she thinks. And the reason why she's comfortable in that relationship, because it makes her feel good that, I look better than him. I can be with him. We can do good things together, and that works for them, and that's okay if she feels that way. Now, that might not be true, because everyone has a different opinion, but that might work. But does that guy she's with make her panties wet? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe she's settled. But I know one thing. Sex is very important to women. And if you don't have sex appeal to her, she's going to automatically, most women do this. They don't even have to think about it. If you don't have sex appeal to a woman, they're going to automatically start thinking about other things that you can bring to the table. Like, for example, if you have sex appeal, that's front and center. And then everything else comes afterwards. Like, what are your hobbies? Where you live? You ever been married? You got kids? What do you do for a living? What kind of skills? See, all that comes later. Front and center is sex appeal. If she's into you like that, if she sees you as sex appeal. Now, if you have no sex appeal, now that's when, what do you do for a living? Where you from? You got kids? How much money you make? How much did you go to college? See, that's going to be front and center. And it ain't no sex appeal. That's like, she got to get that from someplace else, or just go without. Or she might be one of them religious girls where she'll just go to church and pray on it. Yeah, just go to church and pray on it. You know what I'm saying? Religion takes up the slack for the sex appeal not being there, because it keeps her mind occupied. So religion has its place. Don't get it twisted. Now how do you tell where you at when you getting to know somebody? Now, if you're talking to somebody or chatting with somebody or sending email, you can tell within the first 5 minutes, really. Within the first, I'd say 4 to 5 interactions, if you're sending emails or texts or whatever. Because if the girl asks you, hey, tell me about yourself, she's talking about you. She wants to know about you as a man, as a person, right? That's not the same thing as saying, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" That's something else. When a woman asks you what you do for a living, she basically trying to like pre-qualify you, see if you even qualified to even for her to even talk to you, because she's not really into you like that. You know what I'm saying? But if she asks you, "Hey, tell me about you. Tell me about your family. You got sisters and brothers. Tell me how you grew up." She wants to know about you. She'll get to what you do for a living later. You know what I'm saying? She'll get to what you do for a living later. So that's how you can tell. You know, where the occupation and college, if you went to college, and money, and how much money you make, and you got a house, you got a car, that's going to be front and center if she's not really into you like that or feeling you like that. And another thing, if she's not feeling you like that, she's not going to really sacrifice anything. You're going to have to be like trying to pull teeth and trying to negotiate and going back and forth. And if you do this, I do that. It's like that type of deal. See, she's not really into you. She's not really into you like that. And if you happen to get with a woman that's like that, the whole relationship is going to be just like that. She's going to be sitting around with her feet up, looking at TV, feeling like, man, I don't want to work. I want to be a housewife. And you're going to be thinking, hey, how do we move the family forward and make more money? And she's going to be sitting over there like, man, I don't want to do nothing. Man, I'm tired. I got a headache and all that type of shit. And she don't really want to do much. The least, the better. You know? So now you got to go to other people, other women, to pick up the slack or whatever. And she don't really give a shit. It's like, she ain't doing it. But because see, a lot of women out here like to, they don't really want to help the guy do anything. So what they'll do, they want to be able to when a guy pull up, just jump in the ride. Just take her on a good ride. But you don't really want to do anything. You know, it's that type of mentality that's out here, big time today. They want to go for a good ride, but they don't want to put in no time. They don't really want to help the guy do anything. They don't want to help the guy build anything. So it's that type of mentality. You want to stay away from that. You know, that's why when a girl asks you about you, you know you're on the right track. You know what I'm saying? She asks you what job you can. I mean, it's been times where I was chatting with women. They never asked what I did for a living. They never asked what I did for a living at all until I told them. And if they did ask what I did for a living, that was weeks, months later. There was like, because they was into me. They weren't into the job or what I had. Yeah, it takes money to take care of yourself and the family. That's a given. We know that. But when I want to make more money, I want to make more money for me and to take care of me and mine, take care of me and my family. It's not to impress a woman. That's not why I want to make more money. I want to make more money so I won't have to kiss nobody's ass at the job, at any of these jobs. So I have more options for me and my family. That's the purpose of having money and having more money, that have more options. It ain't to impress nobody. Hell, what I'm trying to impress anybody for? I have nothing to prove to anybody. I never had, really. But at this point in my life, I have really nothing to prove to anybody. I know who I am and I know what I'm capable of. Now, a smart woman will be able to see that and be like, oh, he's a little different. He's a little different, you know. I can't approach him like I approach the rest of them suckers, you know. Even a wise woman will be like, okay, yeah, he's a little different, you know. And a lot of women, they'll pick up on it. You don't have to tell them. They'll pick up on it. They'll be like, and they'll pick up on it even while you're chatting with them. They'll pick up on it. You don't necessarily got to talk to them on the phone or even in person. They'll pick up on it because she's in tune. She's listening to what you're saying or what you're typing or texting. Because she's into you. She wants to get to know you. You know? She knows that material shit, that shit come and go. You know? Money, that's why money only go but so far. I always say money only go but so far. You know? So that's why I always say I fuck with those that fuck with me. I mean, I like who like me. But it just happens to be that in most cases, I happen to end up being attracted to the person that's attracted to me. You know? And there's tons of women out here that's looking for guys to settle down with and have a family that'll be into you just as much as they're into me. There's no shortage of women out here. Believe it or not, you know, there's no shortage of women out here. You know, I know a lot of people online act like there's no more women in America. You know, this is a lose-lose situation. You know, you can't win or whatever. There's a lot of that online. They act like you're doomed to fail. It's like, no. Look, if you now, depending on where you live in America, and depending on your personality and who you are as a man, how you look, all that matters. Don't get it twisted. Your lifestyle, living situation, all that matters. You know, because and your mindset, your mind state depends on where you at in your own life too. You might be in the 20s or 30s or the 40s, and who you was if you're in the 30s, who you are in the 20s is different. Or if you're in the 40s, who you are in the 20s was different. So it depends on where you at. All of that matters. All of that, and your environment, how you grew up, who you hang around, all of that. Your past experiences make you or break you. All of that matters. So it really, at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to who you are as a man, who you are as a person. You know, and women, the woman that gets with you is going to see that thing in you. Some people call it the it factor or whatever you want to call it. But she's going to feel. She has to feel you. She has to feel. A woman that's going to stay with you for a long time and be into you has to feel something for you. That's the secret. The long-term relationship. And And y'all necessarily have to live together. But whenever you're in her presence, she has to feel something for you. Because she ain't going to get that from these other guys. Only a small percentage of guys that she's around, she feels something for. Majority of these guys that these women are around, they don't feel anything for them. That's why they shit on them. They can shit on them and talk shit to them, disrespect them, and set them up, get them killed, do all kind of foul shit. She doesn't feel anything for that guy. That's why she set him up. That's why she got him killed. That's why she dropped the pill in his drink. You know, because she doesn't care about him. She doesn't feel anything for him. But if a woman feels something for you, it's gonna be hard for her to screw you over, fuck you over, like that. Even if she makes a mistake and says something that she shouldn't have said, she feels bad about it. And she'll apologize, and you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it, see her face. And she'll be like, "Oh my God, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean it like that." You'll be able to feel her. You'll be able to see her facial expression of, how she'll feel bad about it. This is why I always say, we know who care about us and who don't. We know it. We see it. We feel it. We pick up on it. Even if you're in denial, you know who really fuck with you and who don't. Those are the women that you should spend most of your time around. Those are the people you should spend most of your time around. You know what I'm saying? For real. For real. Yeah. So share this episode. Tell me what you think below. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.